Well, welcome, Karen. I'm so glad that you could visit with us today. So, Karen is here with me, and she is the Director of Finance from the Foxborough Regional Charter Schools. Again, thank you, Karen, for joining us and willing to be interviewed. So, I want to start off with a fairly simple question. So, in a nutshell, what can you tell us about the individual coaching and executive work that you've done with MSB in the past?
I would say the most critical thing that I have learned and grown in is instead of just being more of a directive type of leader, my leadership has totally evolved and shifted to a coaching style. When
Okay.
I'm working with my team, I'm doing it in a way that they're learning and asking the question and say, why would you do it that way? And do the probing more than just like, well, this should have looked like this.
Mhm.
I want to find out what their thought process was and why they went in the direction they went in. So I think that is such a great skill to have for all leaders. And it makes your team thrive and they become multipliers. And I think that's just a key. And anybody who works for me will tell you that we have the best team at the school.
Oh, that's awesome. So you shared a little bit about the impact, but can you share any more? Like, if you were to really look at your team today versus prior to the work, what was one or two things that you can say this truly helped us impact it with your bottom line, or what was the impact?
I think that the team itself grew more cohesive to support one another
Yeah.
and to encourage one another. And we are all totally cross-trained. So if somebody is out for a while or anything like that, we can survive. We will miss the person while they're out, but we survive.
Nice. So I love that cohesiveness. So you just really expanded on the relationship, it sounds like, with your team. What about for you as a leader? How has it impacted you changing your style?
I think I have more confidence when I go into a meeting with the other leaders
Mhm.
to be ask more questions and not be as silent.
Nice. Yeah. And that's a huge impact, isn't it? Because then you get your voice out on the table as you're going through. Yeah.
Yeah, and we all bring different gifts to the table.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned how you are coaching more. Do you see your peers or even your team using these same techniques of using coaching within their daily work life?
Some of them, yes. Yep.
Okay.
And since the whole team had done coaching with MSB, we have a lot of new people on the team. We've had some shifts in people and restructuring and all of that fun stuff. So it's a different dynamic, but I can share with you that I was the influencer to bring in coaching to the entire team as a unit.
So talk to me a little bit more about that. What drove that? What drove you to influence your team to bring in MSB coaching or coaching period?
I felt myself growing so much, and my boss at the time really loved what we were learning together.
Mhm.
He was my mentor, if you will, when I went through the process. And we talked about what it would look like if each one of the leaders had their own coach and that we got coached together as a team so we could learn how to have better conversations.
Right.
And so we ended up bringing in MSB for our whole team and for individuals and the team.
Okay, that's wonderful. So if you were today to talking to just a friend on the street or just, anybody, and they asked, I'm not sure if I should hire MSB coach, what would you tell them?
I would say everyone should have a coach because it gives you the opportunity to have a sounding board.
Mhm.
Or if you have a topic come up that you don't know how to work your way through it, you have a sounding board, right? Somebody that you can throw it off of and say, what does this sound like? Or how would you recommend I approach this? Just to have somebody that's not part of the team who's really open-minded that you can have that work with. I will share with you, I have been so impressed with the coaching process that I did get my certification to be a coach. And I'm
Nice.
looking at what it would do for me to earn my accreditation.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, congratulations on getting your certification and good luck with
Thank you.
moving that forward for the accreditation. Been there, and it is a joy when you have it all done and you're actually helping people. I really liked how you said it's it's a sounding board so that coach can really be your thought partner, to help you think through and to really, really broaden your decision making and your judgment and your problem solving as you're going through making those decisions. So thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate that.
Sure. And the coach makes you think a little bit more because they're going to ask you those questions that you may not have thought of, right?
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely, and change your perspective a little bit, right? Because
Absolutely.
they ask you that question, like, didn't think about it that way. So yes, I like it. Well, anything else you'd like to share with us?
I know, except that I have loved my experience. I've worked with a couple of different coaches at MSB,
Mhm.
and each one of them has brought something different to the table, and it's been a wonderful experience. And I continue to have my coach through MSB.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you again, Karen, for talking with us today. And you have a great rest of your day.